I'm Ron Hunter. I'm a husband and I'm a father. Those are the titles that matter. At work, they call me Executive Director and CEO of Randall House Publishing, and I get a chance to be the conference director of an incredible event we host each year, where we bring together different ministry leaders to talk about generational discipleship and family ministry. We've had some of the greatest speakers on the stage at the D6 conference, and it's the result of that Chap, I believe, has asked me to be part of this incredible program with Baker Academic, Youth Ministry in the 21st Century. To write alongside of Chap Clark and Greg Steer, Fernando and Brian has been an absolute honor. We have had a good time mixing it up, positioning what we each feel, critiquing the other, and coming back and giving answers. I wanted to tell you where I come from. The Deuteronomy 6, or D6 view of youth ministry, really originates in the Garden of Eden. God presented the model of family, and he suggested to the first mom and dad, he says, I want you to tell your kids about me. And that started oral tradition that has continued through both the Old and the New Testament. It's best articulated in Deuteronomy 6, the Shema. And it's in that passage God says to moms, dads, to grandparents, he says, I want you to pass along your values to your kids. How? He said, number one, you got to love me. And you got to love my word. And if you do that in the same level that you love football, you love your sports teams, you love your hobbies, your kids will catch it, and it will be absolutely infectious. And what we don't see is how that happens at home and at church. We have come to the point that moms and dads are bringing their students to you as youth ministers, and they're saying, you do it all. And I don't care how big the S is on your incredible that superhero outfit, and I believe our kids have had the benefit of having some superheroes as student ministers. You don't, or you should not, burden that all to yourself. That shouldn't be yours to carry by yourself. And the more we can get moms and dads and grandparents, or even other adult volunteers in the church, it will become exponentially helpful in what we call ministry multipliers. When we have ministry multipliers helping us, then we can help teach those values so that church and home are working together. You know, let me give it to you in a different way. Over a century ago, preventative or well care was not even thought of. Insurance companies and doctors simply treated sick people. But now we have prenatal, we have treatments for all kinds, and we've been able to eradicate some disease, and we've also minimized some of the sickness and illness. I mean, even the cleansing of our hands or before we do surgery, that sterilization, it's changed how we do things. I would love to see our church get to the point that we're preventing some of the dysfunction in the home by teaching our parents how to respond. Do you have 100% participation? Absolutely not. You probably never will reach it. But if we have 40, 30, 25%, that number will begin to grow and it will move over into other areas. Deuteronomy 6, D6, church, home, working together. I lay out the principles in both a descriptive and a prescriptive form. You can see it in the book. But I'm going to tell you, there are several different areas in the book that you must look at and pick up and say, hey, how can I use this? And it doesn't just come from my section, it comes from the other guys as well. I think you're going to find it enjoyable. It'll at least challenge you how you think and how you look at how the church works at home through the D6 view of youth ministry.